welcome back to Toxic Tea Lounge, everybody. Oh, welcome if you're new. We are going to be discussing part 2 of the court documents regarding Cassie and Diddy. Okay, so we are going to get into these court documents. I'm going to tell you how I feel about the situation and trigger warning. Okay, I'm going to be trying to, put in a little bit of codes here and there because I don't want to get demonetized. All right, so let's get straight into part 2. Okay. We are on Cassie tries to escape Diddy's a use. I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say the word because it's like I said it before, but I don't want to say it too many times. Okay, you know what I'm talking about though. All right, so anytime she tried to create distance between her and Diddy, he used his networks to find her and convince her to return to his deuce. Okay. On multiple occasions, Diddy sent his employees to lure Cassie back. In 2011, during a rough patch in Diddy and Cassie's relationship, Cassie had a brief relationship with musician Kid Cudi. When Diddy returned from a trip, he demanded another FO of Cassie. Okay. During this FO, okay, Diddy found Cassie's phone and found emails between her and Kid Cudi. Okay, Diddy became enraged and proceeded to place a manual corkscrew between his fingers and lunged at Cassie. Now, Cassie ran away to stay at Kid Cudi's home to escape Diddy's wrath. Soon thereafter, one of Diddy's staff members told Cassie that he needed to just talk, all right, to Diddy, even though Diddy was enraged. Feeling like she could not escape Diddy and his network of enforcers, Cassie returned to Diddy. He, put hands on her several times and then kicked her in the back as she tried to run out of the door. She went to her parents' home in Connecticut where her mother took pictures of the bruises on Cassie that Diddy left on her body. Okay. Now, in February 2012, during Paris Fashion Week, Diddy told Cassie that he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car. And he wanted to ensure that Kid Cudi was home with his friends when it happened. Around that time, Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway. And allegedly, Kid Cudi came out and confirmed that it was correct. It's true. All right? That his car was blown up. That's basically what he was confirming. Okay? Now, Cassie was terrified as she began to fully comprehend that Diddy was both willing to and able to do those that he believed had slighted him. Okay? In 2015, Cassie spoke to a popular music manager after an after party in a hotel suite in Las Vegas. Now, Diddy saw her speaking to this manager and sternly told her to step into the bedroom adjoining the suite. In the bedroom, Diddy put hands on Cassie severely. She ran from corner to corner of the room trying to avoid Diddy's, the kickings and everything else he was doing. When she tried to lock herself in the bathroom, he pushed through and punched and kicked her while she curled up under the toilet. Her screams were drowned out by the loud music playing in the outside area of the hotel suite. When Diddy, head of security and assistant, saw Cassie after the assault, they began to cry. Now, Cassie had 2 black eyes, a burst and bruised lip, and a huge welt on her forehead. Upon seeing the results of his vicious attack, Diddy immensely took steps to conceal his wrongdoings. Upon seeing the results of his vicious attack, Diddy immediately took steps. All right, I already said that. He forced Cassie to stay at his home in Holmby Hills, okay, along with one of his sons. While there, Diddy FaceTimed Cassie and stated, "You gotta go up and put more makeup on. My son can't see you like that." She did put makeup on, per Diddy's demands. Cassie felt that she had no choice but to obey her abuser. Okay. Even though security guards, assistants, and friends saw the situation she was in, no one dared to help her and speak up on her behalf. She therefore had no choice but to remain subservient. All right. Now that is messed up. Okay. Now maybe they're scared too. Maybe they have NDAs. You know, sometimes and people in certain situations, they're not going to be able to speak out either. You know what I'm saying? But if they did not have an NDA and if they was not really that scared, why are you not speaking up? Later in 2015, while shooting a movie in Cape Town, South Africa, Cassie began a flirtatious relationship with an actor. She spent New Year's Eve with this actor, but Diddy soon found out. Diddy called the actor and threatened him. The actor proceeded to call Cassie and tell her, "You really need to call Diddy." In or around March 2016, during an FO at the Intercontinental Hotel in Century City, Los Angeles, Diddy became extremely intoxicated and punched Cassie in the face, giving her a black eye. After he fell asleep, Cassie tried to leave the hotel room, but as she exited, Diddy awoke and began screaming at Cassie. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her. He grabbed at her and then took glass vases in the hallway and threw them at her, causing glass to crash around them as she ran to the elevator to escape. She managed to get into the elevator and then she got to the lobby, quickly took a cab to her apartment. Upon realizing that her running away would cause Diddy to be even angrier with her and completely stuck in his vicious cycle of abuse. Okay. Now, Cassie returned to the hotel with the intention of apologizing for running away from her abuser. When she returned, hotel security staff urged her to get back into a cab and go to her apartment, suggesting that they had seen the security footage showing Diddy violating Cassie and throwing glass at her in the hotel hallway. Upon information and belief, Diddy paid the Intercontinental Century City $50,000 for the hallway security footage from that evening. And I believe it. I don't know why. I just believe it. After this, Cassie left her home in Comstock and went to hide away at a friend's home in Florida. James Cruz, president of Bad Boy Management, tracked Cassie down and told her that her single would not be released if she did not answer Diddy's phone calls. That is crazy. I'd have been like, oh, well, I'm done this career. I'm done this industry. I'm out of here. Okay, my life is more important than y'all weird label stuff that y'all got going on in Diddy. Like, no. A woman who worked at Sony Music reached out to her with a similar ultimatum concerning her record. Incredibly, Diddy even convinced one of his attorneys to call Cassie at this time. This lawyer told Cassie that it is in your best interest to call Diddy back. So he got everybody under his payroll, because what in the hell? Each time Cassie tried to run away, Diddy and his powerful network would force her back to him. Diddy tight hold over her life and damaged her friendships. Around 2018, Cassie was with her friend Carrie Morgan, in her home. Diddy used his key to Cassie's house and came in unannounced. He and Miss Morgan had an altercation during which Diddy threw a hanger at Miss Morgan. Upon information and belief, the incident resulted in settlement between Diddy and Morgan. And Cassie ended up paying Morgan additional funds in an attempt to resolve the dispute between her close friend and her abusive and controlling boyfriend. The relationship between Cassie and Morgan has been strained since this time. Seeing the extreme measures Diddy took to keep a tight hold on Cassie and isolate her from her support network, and having experienced the repercussions of rejecting his demands, Cassie felt that saying no to Diddy would cost her something: her family, her friends, her career, or even her life. Now they're getting into Diddy grapes Cassie. Okay, this is where he violates her in that way. Okay, the big R word. By 2017 and 2018, Cassie became desperate to leave Diddy and his abuse of her. She recognized that if she stayed with him, she would never be able to have a successful career or even be physically and mentally safe. She therefore became determined to completely break away from Diddy and his cycle of abuse and made concerted efforts to avoid him. Okay. In September 2018, she joined Diddy for a dinner at an Italian restaurant in Malibu, California, for what she believed would be a discussion about concluding their relationship for good. After dinner, Diddy and Cassie returned to Cassie's home, which was paid for by Diddy. Why? I'm sorry. Diddy forced himself into her apartment and tried to kiss Cassie. She told him to stop and attempted to push him away. Now, Diddy then forcibly pulled off Cassie's clothing, unbuckled his belt. He proceeded to, violate Cassie while she repeatedly said no and tried to push him away. Soon thereafter, Cassie took steps to completely separate herself from her longtime abuser, including by leaving the home that he paid for and returning the car he purchased for her. Right. Good. Despite moving away, Cassie's address was posted online in early 2019, leading to fears for her safety. That was dumb, whoever did that. All right. Now, Cassie, who was under immense duress during the months after Diddy violated her, took all steps possible to entirely remove herself from her abuser's ambit, including by entering into contracts to end her record deal with Bad Boy Entertainment. Okay, now they're going into Diddy's I don't know how to say this. The physical abuse and the actual, that Cassie had endured caused her lifelong harm. Okay, as a result of the immense trauma Cassie endured for over a decade with Diddy, she has suffered and continues to suffer from immense emotional distress. Following her escape from the cycle of abuse and trafficking she endured, she struggled with the physical and mental manifestations of her trauma. The birth of her 2 children, however, allowed her a new lease on life and gave her purpose. She credits her children with saving her from the trauma that had consumed over her decade of her life. Except for the months when she was pregnant with her children, Cassie struggled with her addictions to drugs and alcohol, addictions that were established and fueled by Diddy. She turned to substances to drown out of the memories of her abuse. Without being intoxicated, she suffered from horrific nightmares of the forced acts that Diddy demanded she participate in during the regularly scheduled FOs, and of the physical harm that she endured throughout the relationship. She had difficulty eating or sleeping, and her relationships with her family suffered. During the time, she frequently had thoughts of ending her life. To rebuild her life, that's crazy how all that drugs and alcohol allegedly he gave to Cassie ended up giving her an addiction. That's crazy, and it wasn't even by choice. Okay. To rebuild her life and her career, Cassie needed to completely reinvent herself. She checked herself into inpatient treatment at a rehabilitation center where she first confronted the extent of the trauma she lives with. Yes, Cassie is doing what she was doing what she was supposed to be doing to, get over this horrific thing that she just endured. You know what I'm saying? She has required intensive therapy and other medical care to recover from Diddy's abuse, and she will forever live with the physical and psychological repercussions of the over a decade of violence, fear, and exploitation she endured. Okay. Although Cassie was unable to speak up against the years of abuse she endured at the hands of Diddy, she has since been able to rebuild her life and confront her trauma. Thanks to the passage of New York's Adult Survivors Act and California's actual abuse, accountability, and cover-up act. She is now ready and able to also confront her abuser and to hold him and those who enabled his abuse accountable for their actions. Okay. Now they got a first class of action, which is the trafficking. Okay. They basically letting you know what's going on over here. Plaintiff repeats and realleges each and every allegation in all of the preceding paragraphs as a fully set forth herein. Okay. The plaintiff is a victim of trafficking within the meaning they give the codes. The defendant's acts and omissions, taken separately and or together or outlined above, contribute to a violation. They just basically saying everything of the codes of under this first class of action. They talking about holding Cassie, an artist signed with Defiant Bad Boys Records and others employees by other Defiant. All right, so they basically just telling you everything. They got they also got a second cause of action, which is violation of the New York Services of Victims of Trafficking. Then they go into that. They got a third cause of action, violation of the California Trafficking Victims Protection. Okay. They got a fourth case of actions, battery, sexual battery under the New York law against defendant Diddy. Okay. Then they got a fifth cause of action, which is assault, actual assault. Let's see, to the California Cover Up Accountability Act. So yeah, they got a sixth cause of actions, which is violation of the Victim of Gender Motivated Violence Act. Okay, plaintiff repeats and alleges, and they go into the everything that's being said. So basically, we already covered. Then they got a seventh cause of action. Sexual harassment, gender discrimination, and hostile work environment under New York State human rights law. These are a lot of stuff that's under. Okay. Also, an eighth cause of action, which is sexual harassment, gender discrimination, hostile work environment under the New York. Okay. And then it says prayer for relief. Okay. Plaintiff prays judgment be entered in her favor against defendants and each of them as follows. So here we go. This is the end of it, y'all. For a money judgment representing compensatory damages, including consensual damages, lost wages, earnings, and all other sums of money together with interest on these amounts according to proof. For a money judgment for mental pain and anguish and severe emotional distress according to proof. For punctuative and explanatory damages according to proof, for attorney's fees and costs, for pre-judgment and post-judgment interest, and for such other and further relief as the court may deem just and prosper. Now, this was dated November 16th. You know why it's all crazy, y'all? And I'm going to say this right now. That psychic that in the summertime was talking about Kim Porter and said that in 5 months, which is November this month, on the 16th, I think she said specifically on the 16th, and she said, around that area, things are going to unravel. And Diddy is around this. Kim Porter is affiliated and connected with Diddy, just so as Cassie. So once Cassie came out, y'all seen the court document says November 16th. Okay? Like, that is crazy. I'm going to insert the psychic in what she said. Now, I know a lot of people might not believe in this, okay? I'm starting to believe a lot of things, okay? Because we do not know everything in this universe at all. We don't know what's up in the sky, in the space. We haven't been there to witness it ourselves. We just going by what the government is telling us or what the government wants us to believe. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you had the guy from the future come. I didn't believe in stuff like that, but the things that he was saying, the way he looked, then the guy disappeared and was his hand was found. It was a whole bunch of stuff, and I feel like it's a lot of stuff that goes on that we do not know. It's a lot of stuff out here. So yes, I am believing in psychics right now. Okay, call it what you want, however you want. I don't care. Okay, people believe in ghosts. People believe in aliens. People believe in Bigfoot. At the end of the day, you could believe in whatever you want to believe in, but I'm gonna insert this, and I want you to. And the full video is on her YouTube. Okay, I will put her YouTube link and everything. Not her link, but her YouTube name while the video is playing, so y'all can go check out the whole video. I just want to insert the clip of her saying the actual date and how everything is gonna unravel. And Kim Porter, I think her case is gonna be reopened probably because of all the things that's circulating around Cassie and the stuff that she's saying about Diddy. Okay, and then we are gonna have some more of his victims. I'm pretty sure is gonna come out. Even the people that was around him, because there is already, I think, the bodyguard, security, or somebody, driver, somebody is speaking out about it right now and been saying stuff about it. Not just now, they've been saying stuff about this. So those videos are circulating. So this is going to get crazy. Just make sure y'all stay tuned, because I am going to be giving updates once things present itself, more documents, court, whatever, trial, all of that. So make sure y'all stay tuned, because this is definitely a touchy topic, okay? And we're going to get into some stuff, because this is crazy. I can't really wrap my head around this, because it's actual people that really go through this on a day-to-day basis. Every day somebody's going through something, okay? Now, if Cassie is speaking out, she got her kids, she got her own thing going on over there. She wants to relieve this off her chest. She wants that money, okay? Now, money is not going to do anything, but it definitely probably does something, a part of it, okay? It's probably something that people probably feel like they need because of all the things and all the time that they wasted with this monster, okay? And money that she lost, okay? Because Cassie, as soon as she came out, it's weird that she just not here no more as an artist. And no wonder why. She was going through a lot of things, allegedly, okay? But we're going by the court documents is what's being said. Now, allegedly, Diddy's side, his lawyers and attorneys and stuff, allegedly sources are saying on the internet that his people on his side is basically saying that Cassie's doing this for a money grab. Oh, she just seeking money. Why would Cassie, out of all these years, wasn't even messing with you, don't know nothing, why all of a sudden out the blue she just won $30 million from you? Come on. It's always something more to the story. Cut it out. And you're probably shaking in your boots. You're probably scared. You got your lawyers. You got your people. He probably really scrambling right now, because he would have been spoke out. He would have been went on his thing. He would have posted something. He would have did something, but it's his lawyers and people telling him not to say anything as of yet. But we are going to talk about it, okay? And these are my opinions. I don't care. Y'all can feel however y'all want to feel. It's the whole situation, too, with the whole Megan and Tory. When Megan came out and said, Tory shot me and stuff like that, everybody ran with it without even hearing Tory's side. And then when the trial was going on, a lot of people were not paying attention to the crazy stuff that was going on, weird stuff that was going on in the trial. And then when he was convicted, I didn't think that he was going to get convicted because of the lack of evidence, lack of witnesses, people changing their stories and all type of stuff. I was like, Tory is not going to jail, because look at this hot mess here in this trial, okay? But then he ended up getting convicted. He in jail, okay? And I feel that Megan was keeping something out. Something was not being truthful on her end, okay? The full story was not storying, okay? And I still feel like that till this day, okay? And I feel how I feel, y'all feel how y'all feel, and that's it. In this situation, I'm leaning on Cassie's side, okay? I'm looking at the court documents. I'm looking at everything that I read, and it's realistic to me. I feel like that actually happened. It's certain details and stuff like that you can't just miss and be like, it's certain specific details that's being said, locations, people that was around, things that could be that could come forward from people and everything else. So at the end of the day, we are going to see how this plays out, okay? Let me know how y'all feel about it down in the comments below. Always like, comment, subscribe, and share. Get them videos circulating on YouTube, okay? Because y'all be trying it. Y'all be watching my stuff, complaining in my comments or whatever, and y'all not liking it? Come on now. Anyway, I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Until then, toodaloo. Gotta be something different. You must be made for
nothing.